Welcome to the Alive Loren Podcast, in the place of celebrating juicy, soulful, whole, living, adventuring on this journey of a lifetime. And oh my God, it's been a very long time since sharing something here. Just was so inspired to share from what I learned from my friend's frustration at her delayed flight. Because it set on like a whole cascade for me, because I got a note that she was like really annoyed and frustrated at her flight being delayed, and I sent a blessing saying, may you like take these unexpected, like things not moving smoothly, twists and turns with a good dose of sense of humor, and like a trusting that there's magic and it's all exactly as it's like meant to be. And it was just a short little thing, and she replied back saying, oh God, she's just very low on her sense of humor at the moment. And it just really got triggered like a whole kind of domino for me of a way to look at this whole situation in general. So it was like, because the thing is, and I was thinking, but what if we could choose to see things that happen that annoy us in the short term and are not what we think we want because they're frustrating or they not pleasant or whatever it is that's causing discomfort for us. That's the reason we didn't want it, because it's uncomfortable or it's unpleasant, or because if it's something that we wanted, if say for example she had a best friend's graduation from a significant program, and it was that day, and she couldn't attend because of her flight, and now because of the delayed flight, imagine it was literally at the airport. It was at a conference center next to the airport. Then she would be ecstatic at the delayed flight because now she gets to go and see her best friend graduate, and maybe her best friend was going to give a bit of a keynote. Then it would be the best thing that ever happened. So, it sounds so dependent on what we want, not what's actually happening. But then also, I was thinking, what if we can choose to see stuff as, there's going to be, through that delay, it's actually preventing some sort of accident or harm. Or it could also be through that delay that you meet an opportunity or something amazing that happens. And then I was thinking, it's not just about making stuff up. But if we look at this simulation hypothesis of the world that we live in, that there is no, so in terms of the quantum world of which we are made, that until something is sort of measured and looked at, it's in the state of possibility. So the future is just a state of multitude of possibilities. So actually choosing a meaning for a situation is not just making stuff up. It's that literally the meaning we can choose is this infinite possibility, and what we choose is going to hugely impact the quality of our experience in our lives. So why not? There is no concrete anything. We don't know. It could be anything. So why not choose a possibility that makes you feel better? So the whole sort of cascade that happened with my learning through my friend's frustration was twofold. So this is kind of a formula of imagine if we could wire our response to be this in circumstances. So step one, when you notice that you're frustrated, irritated, and annoyed by something, it's wah! So step one is to see that with gratitude, actually almost even wire neurologically, getting into a grateful posture, putting hands together, bowing forward, breathing, saying thank you. Because thank you for this circumstance and event, which has been the trigger to pointing. It's been a flashlight to show me where I have frustration. Because if I didn't have frustration, it wouldn't bring it to my awareness. So this event, my frustration has got nothing to do with the event. It's actually got to do with the fact that I have frustration within me to begin with. So if number one was to look at this and to see it as a flashlight to pointing out where I have frustration, which then means to just breathe and relax and let go. So it's an invitation to let go of frustration. It's like a pressure valve. It's like, imagine you have a pressure cooker and that event is warning you of this built-up pressure that needs to be releasing. Because without it, then it can just explode and make a hell of a lot of mess everywhere. So first of all, to be grateful for it, for shining a light on an area of frustration, of something to release and let go of. And then to actually just be with it. So to see that frustration and relax and breathe and go with that. So that's the one. And then the second one is, okay, so now I have the choice of meaning that I'm going to attach to the circumstance. So I can make it mean that it is the worst thing, the most inconvenient thing that has ever happened in my whole entire life, which is not going to change it. Okay, but it's absolutely going to impact my mood. Or like I can choose. And there's infinite possibility of every possible meaning that something absolutely amazingly delicious is going to come out of this. And this is actually a gift. And there's going to be something, seen or unseen, in the immediate future or the long-term future, that is laying like as part of the unfolding of the most beautiful, either in terms of protection for myself, for others, for everybody, or in terms of accessing, sorry, I was walking past and it was a bit noisy, so I paused and now I've lost my train of thought. So yes, to believe that something absolutely either protective-wise or gifting-wise, that because of this delay, I am going to meet and experience or have an opportunity that is so juicy and amazing, which is all directly because of this thing. So I am so grateful for my friend's delay in her flight and her frustration, because it gifted me this whole cascade of toolkit. So thank you to everything and everyone involved. Mwah. And here is to hoping that you derive some value and usage from this too.